Okay, we are live.
We're live, are we? Okay, so let's bring up the chat here and everything. Oh, YouTube doesn't say you're live here yet. It's about 40 seconds. Oh, there it is. Video unavailable. Must have hit it too quick. Okay. Let's try this again. We're live, are we? Okay, there we are. Now it's working. And look who happened to be there. It's Mr. Easy himself.
David.
How'd you know, David? Okay, too quick. I've been texting him right here, Paul.
Oh, have you?
Hey, little Emma Laura and Trevor. Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, Dave, when he fires up the Zoom, it takes YouTube about 40 seconds or 30 to 40 seconds for it to come live on YouTube, right? It's kind of behind a bit. So.
Okay, I think we're pretty well set now.
Oh, yeah, everything's pinned, everything's ready to go. The best AKA me is here. Yeah, you're right there, Laura. Yeah. Yeah, I got 2 signs to do and get to go fly this morning. Wow, it's around noon. So. My stuff is charging as we speak. Should be almost done now. It's been on for almost an hour. Should be done. The one battery wasn't that low. I had one that was fully charged in. It was a battery, but charged the second one just in case. And the controller needed to be charged too. So I got to probably just grab the flu anyways, but I like to make sure everything's ready to rock and roll before I leave.
So you're not going up to the trailer?
No, not that I know of. I don't know. Maybe I might go down and cut grass today. I don't know. Something to do. Yeah, last night me and Sheila there, we went out for coffee, and we come back about around 8:30 into town. I said to her, do you feel like an ice cream cone? She said, yeah, I sure do. So we went to Dairy Queen last night and grabbed an ice cream cone, sat there for a while, and then come home. So.
Well, good.
Yeah, Lord, but was it Tim Hortons tea? That makes a difference.
Timmy Hortons, yeah.
Hey, Mark, good morning. Hey, today's Saturday, right? Isn't today the day that AZ is going to fly the new Mini today?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I heard down through the grapevine that he was going to fly Saturday morning. Give us a report on that Mini too. Hey, Jonathan, good morning. No, it's not Tim Hortons tea. Oh, okay.
I'm just sending out some invites.
But yeah. The invite are on the chat anyways on YouTube. So basically, it's still dark there. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot because you got a time thing there. But you are going to fly today, though, aren't you? I could have had Tim Hortons coffee, but it arrived yesterday.
Come on, let's go.
Okay, I'm doing. Here, I'll stop the video.
There you go.
Huh?
Let's go to the bathroom, use the bathroom. Yep.
Yeah. You see that naked woman running behind me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
all right, it adds to the quality.
Well, it's funny because I seen Peter coming up. I don't know. I don't know about this idea of having Sheila here. My dogs abandoned me.
Yeah, but
But then again, that kind of takes some of the pressure off of me, right?
yes, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there, AZ, you'll get out there today and fly. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, there, AZ. Well, Vader's here now. Sheila just went into the washroom there, so he got locked out. So Gracie's still downstairs, probably sleeping under the blanket. She goes outside and it was cool this morning, so she comes back in and crawled right under the blanket. But
Oh, okay.
it was funny because I was up and Gracie comes back up the stairs and jumps in. Guess who? She woke up. She was laying in bed. Gracie said, "Hey, look at that. Somebody's still in bed." Not for long.
So, I don't have a lot of plans, although what I've noticed is these cool nights in the morning, first thing in the morning, the grass and everything is damp, wet.
Yeah, it's wet. Yeah. When I first got up, it was 50 degrees. I think it's 55 now, but
Because like you, I was planning on later today mowing the lawn, but it better dry out.
well, it's got to dry out first. Yeah. Even with my zero turn and that mulching blade there, if it's wet, it doesn't mulch for the shit, doesn't do the lift properly to cut it properly. So Jonathan, I remember that there being a major issue reported with the MP4, the Mini 4 Pro. Whoever bought that drone needs to wait for the next update before you fly that drone. Oh, what's going on there, Jonathan? What was the issue?
Yeah, I've heard pluses and minuses. Most of the guys that really know say they wouldn't buy it because it's not any better than the Mini 3.
But I don't know.
Unless you're into dialing things up,
I don't know. He said something about being a major issue being reported with it. I haven't seen anything, but then again, I ain't looking for anything because I don't have one. Oh, wonder what's going on there. Oh, we got two people here in Canada being tried for, believe it or not, mischief, but the government that's over that freedom convoy.
Yeah.
The thing just come up here says the judge has had enough. He suspends the trial. Wonder what's going on.
Good question.
Yeah, I have to check out and see what's going on here.
Debacle
I'll do it
after
on silent here. Maybe I can do it under there. Yeah. Well, it's been a debacle to start with anyway. So they're trying to squash the Trudeau government's trying to squash these people and make people stand in line, right? You know, behave yourself. I think the judges had enough of it. I wonder what's going on. I haven't seen anything in the news yet about it. And the worst thing about it, they've been charged with a mischief, which is just a misdemeanor and a little frickin' fine. But this has been a, 16-day trial or something for frickin' mischief?
Really?
Yeah, they're just trying to silence people, right? If I can see anything come up here. I don't see anything else on it.
Yeah, I'll give you a preview of what I shot.
Apparently the judges, Crown prosecutors, they've been 3 weeks into this trial. Yeah. That's the one you just did, Paul?
That's the one I just came back from doing.
Did you hit the 3 buttons?
I thought I did. Let me stop
Oh.
it.
Yeah, I would just check because it was really jumpy. Like you lost quite a few seconds there. So
Yeah, it's 3 buttons are hit.
yeah, okay. It might be just YouTube, you know.
Stop share.
Hmm.
Is it still jumpy, Paul?
Better. It's out of focus really bad, but your whole screen is out of focus.
Really?
Yeah, like even your share button and the stuff across the top, I can't even read it because it's so pixelated.
Wonder if it's your computer.
Maybe.
Oh no, I'm looking at my computer over here and it all looks like it's out of focus.
Huh?
My other computer shows it as scrambled.
Yeah, like it's terrible the way it's coming across. You can't even hardly. But yet you're clear as a bell. That's weird.
I don't know. That is weird.
Might be just YouTube the way it's going. Like you know, maybe once you do it all and put it on YouTube, and then it'll come out clear. I imagine that's the way it does work, but it was coming across terrible. You could hardly see it. It was so pixelated, jumpy, and Andrew says the streaming rate. Yeah, I think it's just YouTube. What's this? DJI Cart 30 drone delivery got FCC approval. And we were talking about it a few days ago. Yeah, there you go. There, Mark. Yeah, like the video behind him's clear as a bell. Yeah, but it's just when he streams it from the thing there. It's just YouTube the way it's come across. Like even if you upload anything to YouTube, right away it plays in SD, which is poor quality, like 320 or 480 or something. Half an hour later it plays in HD, 1080 or whatever, right? So I think it's just YouTube. I think the way it goes through. Yeah. Saying the trial has been a farce from the beginning, yeah. But the judges suspended that thing till October the 11th because people were showing up. The prosecutors, no notes, no nothing. They're just throwing things at the wall trying to see what would hit and stick. Judges had enough of them, of the crown prosecutors. Yeah, so what is a DJI Cart 30? Anybody know?
No, I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah. The only thing comes up was the M30 series. I did a quick thing. Oh, it's a YouTube Flycart 30 unboxing and preview.
Martha?
Well, some kind of new drone, a big one. Huh? Got RTK on it. Looks like an expensive drone. Huh? Takes quite a few boxes to ship it by the looks of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's got the big batteries and everything else in it. It's like a agrodrone, I think. Yeah. Comes with it.
Drone? Okay.
Like, or I don't know. No, well,
Must have sprayers then.
I don't know. It's got a big, look like a tank underneath, but
Yeah, that'd be a spraying drone.
yeah. Big drone, anyway, so I can tell you a little more. Man, looks like it's a parcel carrying drone, though. Not a sprayer. Looks like it carries a big parcel. Oh, there we are. David went and sent a link. The delivery drone. Oh, okay. They figured that drone's going to start at $17,000 in China. Don't know what the cost in US is, but okay there, Laura.
Where's Laura going? Oh, I forgot. She's got the kids.
Yeah, she's got those. If there's anything on CBC, CBC. It's funny, CBC's not carrying that, but then they're the ones that protect Trudeau anyway. So now you're looking at nothing about suspending that trial or anything. I don't know. I'm looking around, I don't see anything on there. Oh, look at that. Federal government looking to cut $1 billion from the national defense budget. That'll make NATO happy. NATO's been trying to get Trudeau to spend more money on national defense. Now he's going to cut $1 billion. Hey, Mr. Boobs is there. Hey, Dan.
Junk mail. I just get sick and tired of junk mail.
Oh, yeah, that's all you get in the mail anymore. Yeah. I gotta grab another coffee.
Okay. Hey, Dan, how you doing? The here comes Justin.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, I just went to go get some more coffee from downstairs. He's not going anyplace. Jonathan, is that Paul Hodges or Paul Murray?
Good point. What's up, man? What's up, David? Dan, Mark, Jonathan, Andrew.
You're not doing things good by sitting there like there.
God, I hate it when they change this shit.
What's that?
Facebook changed the across the top. What everything is.
Oh, the fall. They change everything on the fall, right?
Yep.
Oh, even Google changes its look.
YouTube changed its entire look on the phone app.
I think
Last week.
you've got a message there, Paul. I don't think it's me.
Justin, I don't know what you're talking.
All right, let me
I don't know.
oh, okay, I got it.
Uh,
Jonathan Jackson says, Paul, check your messages. I think he was talking to you.
I don't know.
Right here. This is
Oh,
what he was talking about.
Oh,
4mm lens that's on this drone into roughly a 16mm lens. So you get this super wide shot with the DJI Mini 4 Pro. However, one of the major drawbacks about using this lens is that it only works with the Mini 4 Pro. It doesn't work on the Mini 3 Pro. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about some of the frustrating aspects around the DJI Mini 4 Pro. And also we're gonna talk about some of the things that you might not know about with this drone. I've gotten a lot of questions in my comments on my beginner's guide for this drone, and I wanna answer all of those questions in this video. And if you are someone who's gonna pick up the DJI Mini 4 Pro, I put out a full 90-minute masterclass around this drone, and I'll link to it at the end of this video, and I'll also include it down below in the description that you might not know about this drone. So as you can see on my screen right now, I am tracking while shooting vertical content. So you could track when the camera is rotated, whether it's horizontal.
So is he just complaining about? I'll have to watch all that later.
Yeah, I don't.
Because he didn't mark the video of like what he was covering and what parts of the video.
yeah.
The only drone I have left is a Tello. That's it.
Yeah.
Poor little Tello.
Did you get? You got rid of your little guy?
The Spark, yeah. Yes, was it yesterday?
I thought you were saving that for your daughter.
She's not interested in it anymore.
Oh, okay.
And I finally got somebody to get it from me. So
All right. Did you get what you wanted to get out of it?
not as much, but it was all right.
Every little bit helps, right? Well, Paul, I think I'm going to do an unboxing. Are you ready?
Oh, oh no, a donut. Yeah. You're a pig, but you didn't give me one. Yeah, it don't matter what drone they make, somebody's going to find something wrong with it. So some people say it's good, some people it's bad. You know, who cares? I didn't buy one. No, don't plan on it either. So
Yeah. Well, if you had all the money in the world, you could do things like that, you know?
Well, and half the features that people are going to be covering in their videos on that thing are the same freaking features that the other drones already have. Just rehashing the same crap over again.
oh, look who just came in, Mr. Captain Joe himself. All right.
What's up, Joe?
Dan said he 18,000 subs when he woke up. We're really mad that he started with drones because there's not that much interest in it. There's only so many people who do drones, right?
Well, when you compare the drone community to other communities, it's really small on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, are there a lot of people in other niches that use drones as a tool for their videos? Yeah, there's tons of people that do, but they don't ever mention it in their videos or nothing. You know?
No, it's not a drone video. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, good morning, Curtis. Dart, good morning. He's up bright and early this morning again.
Morning, Curtis.
What's up, Curtis?
No, I got enough drones. And it's getting smaller. Yeah, the government keeps clamping down on everything, rules, regulations, and making things more difficult. It's going to get even smaller yet. People are just not going to go. It's not worth all the trouble.
Well, it's going to become like it was all hot and new and fun when it first came out, but now it's starting to go the way of like fixed wings and
Yeah.
you know, that's one of the biggest things I hear about these guys, these older guys in the fixed wing community. You know, they're like their hobby's completely fallen on its ass because there's no younger people that want to get into it.
Yeah.
And they said it's like slowly dying. You see all these hobby shops have been closing over the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
They,
have people to support them.
the funny thing is, a lot of those fixed wings now, though, especially the ready to fly ones, are, like they all come from China. Well, so do our drones. So,
You look like you're talking to yourself.
yeah, I am.
Don't see
Yeah.
anybody else on here.
Well, Paul's eating donuts right now. I don't know what Justin's doing. So,
I was actually eating 2 minutes ago.
oh, yeah. There's Justin now.
Hi,
He was
Justin.
eating- Hey, Justin.
How's it going?
Good.
But yeah, the fixed wing community is same things happening to them.
Oh, Sheila,
Paul, how are you?
just got done eating Boston cream.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Where's mine?
See,
Look
look
at
here.
What? There's still some left in the package?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. You only had
Look at
one
that.
full. Holy crap, man.
you better ship us one. You better get me one.
Yeah, there you go. Now I got to go to Tim Hortons.
there you
You're
go.
Morton's
Well,
any-
it's not that far away, is it, Paul?
Oh, about 6, 7 blocks away, maybe.
He was going to go anyways.
Yeah, he's got to get his.
Yeah.
Tim fix.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put the signs and fly there. The first
Oh.
stop is gonna be Tim Hortons. So
Yeah.
I
Always.
hope you're okay there, Joe.
with this,
I said he was having chest pains last night.
woke up 3 chest pain, had chest pain walking to car after the game last night too. I guess I'll just test this week, likely another stent. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, Curtis, we've seen that big box there in the back of your truck, and then something about a new pie fish or whatever. Yeah.
Ecstasy drug getting FDA approval for PTSD.
Ecstasy drug getting FDA approval for PTSD treatment. Who knew heart drug gets that?
Oh, Dan's got to clean the house up. He done been partying since his parents been on vacation.
Captain Joe, there's probably has a medical background. I'm trying to diagnose myself. Thinking it might be acid reflux. I did eat 15 wings last night. And what spices did you have on there, Captain Joe? Maybe you shouldn't have the real spicy ones. It's okay when you're younger and stuff, but when you get older, that kind of stuff you got to watch a bit.
That's what they told my grandma when she died from heart issues. They told her it was acid reflux, and then she didn't really follow up after that. She
Yeah.
thought that's what it was because the doctor said that. Turned out it was some kind of heart issue, and she passed away a few days later. Or it was like a week later or something.
Yeah. Jeez.
Just hoping all those your mom's plants and bushes grew back before she gets back, Dan. All the ones you cut it with the Timu chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh, night triangles. All that spice is good for the heart. Helps with blood pressure too. Yeah.
You ain't lying, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get older, spicy stuff goes straight to your butthole. Yeah. Comes out as gas. Yeah. Stinky gas. He said, I left my top lock off last night, so if I died, I need a medical, they wouldn't have to break in. That's one of the biggest things, though, is you put the deadbolt on, and I got a bar across my back door. Because they'd had a hell of a time. Had to climb in a window or something to get in my house. And Captain Joe said the wings were spicy. Maybe just a little hard.
Roger, are you like 20 minutes behind on the show? Because I've been here for like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's like way behind.
Yeah, when it burns coming out, right? There, Dan.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah, so 2 down, 4 more to go, but not right now.
Okay, Paul's on a sugar high. Look out.
Oh yeah, anything with tomato sauce, pizza, lasagna, spaghetti. Oh, that shit will give you bad heartburn. If you're somebody is susceptible to heartburn.
Edwin Gott is downbound.
Yeah.
And upbound are 2 ships, the Algoma Intrepid, and follows right behind by the Federal Kushiro, Kushiro, Federal Kushiro.
Oh, okay. Well, lots of ships there today, Paul.
Yep.
Who's gonna,
Not more than yesterday.
Coach, you're gonna have a 3 for there. Holy crap! You got 1, 2, 3 there. Who's gonna get there first?
Well, if you look
Wow.
at the Kushiro and the Intrepid, they've both slowed down, waiting
Oh, for that other one to
for
come
the
down.
Gott to get down. The Gott's doing 9.7 knots. Those 2 upbound are doing 3.1 and 4.8.
The University of California in San Diego did a trial and found that MDMA reduces symptoms of PTSD 60% more
Yeah.
than talk therapy without MDA over a 2-year study. That's pretty damn good results.
Yeah. It almost sounds like acid reflux there, Captain Joe. It's worse when you're laying down.
Dominic and TJ is over on Saturday morning coffee.
You still going there, Rodney? Well, see, everything is later now, right? So
Yep. Well, it's why it's later, because they got to all be entertained by the maestro himself.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
he was on for an hour and a half.
Well, and the thing is, the sunrise is later in the day now too, because the days are getting shorter. So
Yep.
holy crap, AZ said you got 14 stents already. Holy Jesus.
When they were talking about that the other day, I said that David had a lot of them. He's had quite a few put in.
Must have a lot of restricted arteries. Holy shit.
He has nothing. I don't think he has any arteries left. They've done stenting them all up. He said heart's all platinum there.
Ooh, quintuple bypass 20 years ago. Wow. He's on stent 13. Oh, Jesus, great man.
Wow. Here comes Curtis.
Hey, Curtis is coming in, Captain Nemo. All right. And there he is.
There's Curtis
I'm always shocked when this thing starts.
in the dark.
Yeah, it's still dark here.
Yeah.
It's not light out yet.
So what's your plan for the weekend? Where you guys going?
Hold on.
It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
Oh, you can't see it.
We can't see it.
Dark.
I got my lights on. Yeah, I have the new Ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an Ego, but I also have the new Ego.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
see it, but look, you can see the size of those motors.
Yeah.
This thing's meant for deep water.
What's that one rated to?
Well, I'm not real sure. For sure 300 feet, but this one came with a 200-meter tether, which is 600 feet.
Wow.
Doesn't say though, like in the manual
No.
or anything.
No, it doesn't say in the manual. It doesn't say on the website. It doesn't say anything. This is not, this is a dealer model. I got it from Blue Skies Drone Rental, my friend Dale down here. He's not even sure. But there is a 100-meter model and a 200-meter model, and he has the 200, and he gave this to me. So I'm like, okay, 600 feet.
I'm
Oh,
gonna assume if the cable's that long, that's what they designed it for.
Yeah, this is meant for a lot of stuff. They show this is like for oil rigs and stuff like that out in the ocean.
Does it have clamps on it too, or no?
Well, hey, there's some. I wish my light was a lot better so I could show you guys this stuff. This not only has a claw, but it has top and bottom mounting points, so you can mount stuff on the top and the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can't see it. Darn it. So come on, son, come up.
You don't have a desk light there?
No. Well, I got that one, but it'll. Let me turn it. Hold on. Let me turn it on. See if that helps. Yeah, not
Yeah,
really.
that helps.
that's better, a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
Well, still not really.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it. So yeah, we've got top mounts up here
All the mounting stuff.
and bottom mounts,
Oh yeah.
plus dual batteries. So both of these are batteries and they're removable.
Okay, removable batteries. Before you used to have to take the damn thing apart, right?
And they're hot swappable.
Oh wow.
So you can start a mission. You don't have to turn anything off, pull one battery, put it in, pull the second battery, put it in, go back in the water. So hot swappable. 10,000 lumen lights.
Wow.
So the other ones have the V6S has 4,000 lumen. The Evo has 4,500 lumen. We went and dove on that bomber, and we got a clear picture of it. We have clear video, but it's like a 5-foot circle, whatever illuminates, and everything else is in darkness. And I was talking to my buddy and Dale down at Blue Skies Drone Rental. I said, we're thinking about strapping a whole bunch of diver lights together and kind of dropping them in the water and above the plane and see if we can illuminate the plane that way and then film it. And he said, well, this has 10,000 lumen. So I'm like, okay, why not? So we're going to find out tomorrow if that's going to work or not.
Well, it would also be nice if you had like 6 of those drones with 6 operators.
Yeah.
Put them in strategically around with the lights on.
Yeah.
What are you just borrowing that, or he let you? Or you bought it?
He said he's going to make me a deal on it. So right now, officially, I'm just borrowing it.
So, like Curtis, with those lights, okay, it's a bigger, brighter, luminous, or whatever.
Right.
Can they be turned on out of the water? Could you think the water would help keep them cooler, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can't. It is highly recommended in the manual for this one. It says it in the manuals for the other ones, but it's recommended absolutely to not turn these on out of the water because of the heat.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering, because they're getting brighter and brighter. But the thing is, like if you had them on outside the water, they're going to heat up really bad because the water is going to keep it cool, right?
The manual says severe fire hazard if you do it.
Yeah.
Well, the other question I have is, are they dimmable? Can you
Yes.
raise them and lower them? Lights?
Yes.
Okay.
So there are 3 settings. There's off, medium power, and full power. Plus, with this one in the app, you can actually go in and set what the maximum power is. So if I set it to 50% for my 100% switch, then when I go to my 50%, it's only 25% power. So yeah, you can dim it down. The lights are the biggest thing that suck power out of these things. So the less light that you need, I mean, if you don't need 10K lights, you're 30, 40 feet down, then you can save some power by dimming the lights down. Another thing that I like about this, and you can't quite see it, but see that? So see the 2 round things?
Yeah.
On top, in the center's the square.
Yep.
That's a 1/4 plug or screw. So like all of your camera tripod mounts and stuff like that can screw right into that.
Oh.
Well,
So
here's a question
just
I have.
just a standard.
If you're using that and you're using, let's say 10,000, does it have reserve battery power to run the unit to bring it up?
No, there is no reserve power.
Okay, so in other words, like when it's out, it's out.
Yeah, it's done.
Pull it up by the cable, though.
But check that. So now you can use all your tripod stuff to put extra mounts in whatever thing you come up with.
Sure.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
There's a few guys that have on some of the previous models, they've mounted a little light bar across the top for when they go deep diving. With this, you could create a bar, hook it on there, and just go with it like that
What
too.
are those, like incandescent bulbs they're using as the headlamps?
No, they're
Not
LEDs. They're LEDs.
Well, why are they heating up then?
Yeah, you get some LEDs. They can get hot. They get that kind of power through them. Yeah.
I see
yeah,
Rodney
right.
has ended his show.
2 LED.
Yeah. 2 on each side.
I was just on there for a little bit, and then after he ended, I'd be like, "Well, what's going on over here?"
Yeah.
Crocodile Denny's.
Yeah.
That was pretty hilarious. Oh goodness.
So anyway, I have the new one.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
It's heavy. Oh my God, it's heavy.
How
But it's
much
100%.
How much does that thing weigh?
God, 12 to 15 pounds
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you gonna go try it out?
tomorrow morning.
You're not gonna try it out today?
No, I haven't had time. I've had it since Tuesday, I think. No, Monday. I got it Monday. But I've been real busy with work. That thing we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been busy with work, so I haven't had a chance to get it out and set it up. He got it shipped to him and he said, take it. So he literally got it dropped off at his place. When I called him, he's like, hey, it's in a crate. Come pick it up.
Oh, so
You bought it from you got that from a buddy of yours?
Yeah.
From a dealer. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Mark.
Is it a local dealer?
Well, he's
Hey,
in,
Justin, your microphone is really low.
he's in Centralia, which is 40 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
It's not that far away, but it's a little jump down there. But it's nice having him around because he's really into the underwater stuff. So he's got everything. He's got a new life preserver that's remote controlled that he wants me to take out and do a demo with. I'm like, I'm not getting in the water. It's too cold.
Well, that's why you push one of your guys over as you're going, and then be like, "Oh, I got the perfect thing to save you."
I got you, buddy. I got you. Here I
Be
come.
like, "Oh, I can just see Curtis. So wait about 5 minutes. We got a firmware update."
It's pretty cool though. It's got two little.
It ain't exactly warm like it is in Florida.
Yeah, no, it's cold up here. It is super cold. These come out of the water. They're cold when we pull them out of the water.
Was it below freezing?
No, it's not below freezing, but Lake Washington is glacier water. So the water that we get in Lake Washington comes off of Mount Rainier, and it comes down to Duwamish River right into Lake Washington. So it was ice not too long ago.
Yeah.
It's like drinking water in a cup of ice.
No, there you go.
Yeah, that's with all the goat piss in it.
With us, it's moose and deer piss.
Yeah.
Deer piss.
I had a nephew up in Alberta. He was back in the mountains there. And he got thirsty and was drinking some of the river water. He got really sick, and that's what they figured was goat piss, in the water. Yep. Because a lot of mountain goats up there.
But yeah, we're going out on this. We got this World War II bomber out in Lake Washington. It's not we didn't find it. It's always been there, and everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
But at 150 feet down, it's not like everybody can go just see it,
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to dive on that. We dove on it
in regular gear. What is the maximum depth that it's just like a recreational diver can dive to?
So I've talked with swung with a couple divers about this. For the average Joe, the average guy that dives 90 feet is pushing it.
That's what I thought.
For an experienced diver, he could go down there, but the pressure on your face with that mask. Corey, the guy that I've went out, you guys have probably seen him in a couple of my videos. He went down to 110 feet without any special gear. And he said he just couldn't take the pressure of the mask on his face. You need a full helmet for a dive like that, is what he was saying. And you need nitrogen. You need an oxygen-nitrogen mix so that you don't get the bends. But even then, you're 30 minutes to get down there. You're 10 minutes on the spot, and then you're 30 minutes to get back up. Whereas I'm going to go down there, be down there for an hour.
Yeah.
So Curtis, what's the story behind your new underwater drone? Like, what made you want to get another underwater drone?
So the story, I just told that story. You came in late.
Yeah.
The story is we dove on this bomber, and it's in 150 feet of water, and it is really, really dark down there. So we took the 2 5-fish that I have down there, and you can see it very clearly, but it's like a 5. It's whatever the lights illuminate, so you can't see the whole plane.
Okay.
So I was talking to my drone dealer, the guy who takes care of my addictions, and I was talking to him about using diver lights, strapping a bunch of them to a rope and a weight and lowering them down, and would that work? And he says, "Well, I have this. Why don't you use this?" I was like, "Well, okay, if you're gonna give it to me, sure." So he literally got it off the UPS truck, forklifted it off the truck, and I showed up, and he's like, "Let's put this in your trailer or in the truck or bed of your truck," and we're out. So Mark, I don't think it's a Lancaster. I've been doing a little bit of research. Mark says, well, the Lancaster was British, so I take it must be Canadian Air Force. No, it was not Canadian. It was It's a variant of the B-24. So why people keep saying Lancaster, I'm not really sure. But if you go on Google and you start searching for the plane, I see Lancaster everywhere. But yeah, Lancaster is a British plane. It was part of the RAF in World War II. But there was a variant that was made specifically for the Navy. And this was built here in Washington State for the Navy here. And the story behind it was when Boeing made these, they do flights all the time with it, but they would do a final flight. And this was its final flight. So the guns are mounted, everything is mounted. It was a 3-man crew. It was a pilot, co-pilot, and they call him a bombardier, but he's not a bombardier. He's full technician. So they go up and they fly around, and the bombardier goes around and tests all the weapon systems, all the bays, everything, make sure that everything's working. And then once they all approve that everything's working on it, they land it and they hand it over to the Navy, and the Navy flies it off. So this was that last flight. And according to Google and the searches I found, the pilot forgot to set his flaps and was never able to get very far off the water. And I don't know if he didn't realize it or what the situation was, but he got to the north end of Lake Washington. The airfield goes straight out over Lake Washington. So, and they're on the south end. By the time he got to the north end of Lake Washington, he realized he wasn't going to clear the mountains. So he ditched it in the water. That's the story behind the plane. They all got out. Boats were right there waiting for them. They knew what was happening. So
that underwater drone that you have, Curtis, does it have brighter LED lights on it so you can see a whole lot farther?
Yes. So the ones I have, one of them has 4,000 lumen lights. Lumen is a brightness measurement, and the other one has 4,500. This one has 10,000.
Oh, wow.
So the plan is not to get up close to the plane, but put this one above the plane and illuminate it as best we can while the others film it.
Oh, nice. So like you were describing, there's a sunken plane at the bottom of the
lake, right?
Okay.
Right.
Just
How
put
long's it been there, Curtis?
It went down in 1942.
just put a clamp on the top and just take a lantern down there with you.
Yeah, plug it into the shore
Plug
power.
it in. Yeah.
Plug it in.
I don't want to say I'm dumb, but I did mention to the guys that we need to get a battery, and they were like, no. No, we were thinking about doing some diver lights, and with battery powered diver lights, they tend to last about 2 hours. So I figured if we got 4 of those, made a clamp and kind of angled them out in 4 directions, that we ought to be able to get we ought to be able to light that thing up somewhat.
Is the water pretty clear there or what?
No, it's got a lot of turidipity is what they call it. Turidipity. I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Trippity.
It's particulate in the water. It's particles. So yeah,
Particulate. Yep.
Yeah. So there's quite a bit down there.
It's like floaties.
Right. But here's the interesting thing for you guys. When the plane landed, it stripped off the right wing landing gear. They had the landing gear down. They never brought it up. So it stripped off and it's back behind it about 600 yards. The left landing gear is still up. And when it went down flat, but it's tilted. So one wing is in the dirt, one wing is up with the landing gear under it. The wheel still has air in it.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Is there still guns attached to it and all that shit?
Yes, sir. So after it crashed, there was talk about raising it, but then the Navy said, you know what? Nobody can get to this. It's at 150 feet, and we can utilize this for our deep diver training. And initially they had a I'm not sure what you call it, squad or whatever. And that's where they did a lot of their training. Now, since then, they've moved that back to the East Coast, and it just became let's just leave it there. There's no reason to bring it up.
Yeah, it's surprised they left it with guns in there. So
Yep. How did the plane crash? Was there an engine failure or?
So when they took off, they forgot to set the flaps. This was the final test flight before they turned it over to the Navy, and they forgot to set the flaps, so they never could get above the, they were right on the water line and couldn't climb in altitude. And they were on the south end of Lake Washington. By the time they got to the north end, they realized we're going to hit mountains, so we got to ditch. So they ditched in the water.
So was this was a commercial plane or
No, it's a military plane. From my research, it's a variant of the B-24 bomber at the time.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a short range, fast attack. So everybody hears about the B-17. This is a smaller version. It carries less payload, but it flies faster. And the thought was they could outmaneuver, once they dropped their bombs, they could outmaneuver fighters that were coming in after them. A lot of times guys that were getting killed were actually on their way out.
So the two, was there one pilot or two?
There was a pilot and a co-pilot, and then there was tail gunner,
Flight engineer.
tail gunner, no, quad engine.
Okay, but was there a flight engineer? In other words, like monitoring all that stuff.
Yes. Well, on the flight itself.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a guy. So in my research, there was a guy called the bombardier, but he's not really a bombardier. They would go up, and the pilot and the co-pilot would do all the stuff in the cockpit when they're airborne. The bombardier would go around and climb into each of the gun turrets and operate everything to make sure everything was working. So he would be more like an engineer, but he's just listed and I have their names as well. I don't have it in front of me. I'd have to go figure it out again.
Did they survive?
Yeah, they were pulled out instantly. They knew, the Navy knew, and there's a shipyard up in the north end, so everybody knew where they were going. Everybody knew that they were going to ditch in the water. A command decision was made that it was best you ditch versus run into the mountains on the north end where there were residential areas. This was all planned and thought out by the Navy and executed. It wasn't the pilot making any of the final decisions. He was talking with his commander, and it was a controlled environment situation, or not controlled. They had control of the situation, I should say.
And that's
Well,
crazy.
what would be nice is if you could research those people and find out how many of them are still alive, if they are, and get some voice.
There was one guy that died 3 years ago, and he was the co-pilot. The others are dead.
Okay.
There was an interview, and I don't know if I can share it in our videos that we're making. Our plan, and I can tell you guys our plan too. He was on the local news station, and he went out there with some divers, and they dove on it, and they brought something up that was had something to do with him. I forgot what it was, but there was something in the plane that they brought up and gave to him. It was a little small thing, I forget, but it was something that was inside there. But for the most part, there's damage to two of the motors, and then the third and fourth motor on the wing that's up in the air, that's held up by the wing. The deep sea divers would go down there and work on it. They would practice, utilizing tools underwater. So they would take things apart, put them back together. So there's some things laying around down there where they would drop tools and stuff like that.
Now, were they gonna get a crane and try and lift the whole thing out of the water, or just leave it there? Or
So no, they left it there so that the deep sea divers and the Navy deep sea divers who were stationed at that naval base could use it as practice. And for quite a few years, they did that. There is a second PBY bomber also in Lake Washington on the south end. When it came off the runway, it went right into the water. Everything failed. And those guys got out as well. They had people on site, and they tried to raise that one. But what happened with that one was the wing snapped as they were bringing it up. And when it went down, it flipped over. So we're going to go look at that one as well. Not tomorrow. We have to schedule these out. This is a big deal to go this far, but this one went down and went upside down. So it's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like whoever did the recovery on it didn't take enough time to make supports for the wings and everything else as part of the structure, bringing it up.
I don't have all the details on that one. I just know what I've read, which is preliminary stuff. I've been kind of focusing on this one. and in reading about them, the divers that have been down there said the one that's upright is more interesting to go look at.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty wild, man.
But it's been down there how many years? 50 years? No, more than that. 60,
Yeah.
70.
1942.
Yeah.
Mark says that'd make them 100 now. Yeah.
That's crazy that one of the wheels is still inflated with air or whatever.
Well, a friend of mine said that, you know, the reason tires go down is because they're exposed to air and the elements above, whereas they're kind of preserved down there.
Pressurized. Yep.
Yeah. So I would have
so
thought
it'd be
the pressure,
about 80 years.
I would have thought the pressure from the water would have collapsed it, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so our plan is we've gone down there once, we videotaped it once. We got some really cool footage of it. You can see the numbers on it. By the way, it's painted Seattle on the side. The Navy painted it that way.
But you haven't posted anything on that yet, though.
No, our plan is to do like a Super Saturday deal. So we're going to plan on doing this Saturday deal where right after Paul goes off the air, like 30 minutes after, I'll post the first video that we've already done. And then the second video, or then later in the evening after Paul goes off the second show, we're going to do a live show where we take questions and we talk about the problems we had, because there's a lot of issues we ran into that we've never run into before. And we're going to talk about that stuff. And Dale from Blue Skies is going to come on and we're going to talk about ROVs and stuff for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to do the premiere of the dive that we're doing tomorrow.
Oh.
Assuming the
That
dive
should be
tomorrow.
awesome. That should be pretty awesome.
Assuming the dive tomorrow goes good.
Yeah.
Super Saturday.
Super Saturday.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. I mean, this is as far as things around me. I mean, there's a lot of sunken ships and stuff, and there's some other cool stuff to go look at. The steamer with the coal ship is a pretty cool idea, but I don't think it's ever going to get better than a World War II bomber.
Not unless you came across a wayward, like, Spanish galleon full of gold.
Well, there's always that possibility.
Yeah, and just don't tell nobody.
Because that inlet, would have come in from the sea, and explorers would have checked it out, I'm sure.
Oh, one good thing you probably go take a look at is find that battery that TJ chucked in the lake.
There is that. And I keep hearing about the Florida drone meetup where everybody doesn't know how to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were actually 2 drones that day that went in the water. One FPV drone, and the other, I think it was Marcus's.
It was an Altel Nano.
Yeah, Altel Nano. Yeah.
That was because you didn't go to the third one. That was the second one.
No, yeah, that was the second one.
Yeah, I was there with you at the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that cracks me up is the messages that I'm getting.
I was at this program for people that were dealing with addictions.
The thing that cracks me up is I'm getting messages from people. One of the guys says, "Hey man, if you'll send those to me, I'll take it down to the Keys and get you some killer footage." I'm like, "Go get your own, dude."
Yeah, let me just send this $10,000 drone to somebody I don't know. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I met you on Facebook. Yeah, you seem like a nice guy, but no.
Man, it's amazing, like what you find when you go diving in the ocean or lakes or whatever. It's crazy. Like so many things just.
Well, imagine if you could drain the ocean for a day, what you'd find down there.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
TJ's been searching and searching and searching. You haven't found any yet, have you, TJ?
Found any what?
He's been searching and searching for skimpy bikini bottoms. Every time he reaches up to grab one, somebody slaps him, so it's like...
I can tell you one of the things. This is not so much of a surprise. Here we go.
He says, "Oh, I found one. Get back here."
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Go ahead, Curtis, finish your thought.
This is one I can share that that will really surprise the guys at QYC. But when we went down there, we realized we only have a certain amount of battery, about an hour, hour 10, hour 15 minutes, depending on how much lights we use. So what we did was we took the 2 Gladius minis I had, and where we thought the plane was, we had those dive on it first. And then when we found the plane, that's when we put the 5 fish in the water.
Okay.
Gladius Mini sucks, but it's the one that actually got us onto the plane. So in other words, we didn't spend a lot of time with the expensive ROVs looking for the plane.
So yeah, you're using the Gladius minis like as an underwater scout.
Right. And we only needed one, so we ended up finding it.
Cool.
Hey,
Well-
Joe.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, I'm gonna take off. So I got, well, Sheila's here, but I got, I
Oh,
gotta.
hey, you don't have to explain your personal situation.
Yeah, I
Go
can't-
for it. Just go for it.
Yeah. But anyways,
He don't want to be rude like that. He don't want just end it. He's got to explain himself.
I gotta go fly, and I got 2 signs, and I gotta go fly in an hour and a half too. So I gotta get everything ready. So
Okay.
Got to get some more coffee too.
Yeah.
Paul,
Morton's, yeah, gotta go to Timmy's.
And don't forget to get Sheila some Boston creams.
Don't. Yep, I know. Yep.
Uh.
So anyway, you guys all have a good night, good day. I'll see-
Okay, Paul.
Okay.
Yep. Bye-bye.
bye.
Yep.
Look, I got some Boston cream for
Speaking of which, I need to jump off too, because I still got to calibrate the magnetometer and stuff on this thing. So
Okay, Curtis.
Maybe I don't
right.
know.
see you guys later.
All right.
Dive in
Bye-bye.
tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some videos for you guys soon. Bye.
Okay.
what?
See you, Curtis.
Booga
Yeah.
wooga, TJ.
That's funny.
The next drone meetup there, TJ is going to organize the underwater bikini bottom meetup.
Hey, if I had
Rescue.
an underwater drone, I would, but I don't, so I can't. So I won't.
But you could.
Yeah. That's funny.
You can go at 4:15, honey.
Oh, okay.
4:15.
I guess.
Justin, what are you up to today?
I mean, it's a Saturday, so not much.
Not much. Okay.
I'm gonna go try and find somebody that can fix my friggin' tint on my window. It's all bubbly. Everybody's been commenting on my picture I posted, like Tej Bubbles or whatever.
Ah!
TJ giggles and bubbles.
Giggles and bubbles.
Yeah.
Or bubbles and giggles.
Yeah, bubbles and giggles. Yeah.
I don't think they can fix that. I think they just have to put a whole new piece on.
Yeah.
What not on the outside, on the inside, right?
Yeah, they strip it.
Yeah. The tent doesn't go on the outside; it goes on the inside.
Yeah.
But what they'll have to do is, most likely, what they'll do is just strip the whole tent piece off and put a whole new piece on.
Yeah.
I don't think that they actually go in and fix the bubbles. They just rip it off and put a whole new
Yeah.
thing on.
Yeah,
But to
that
get
is-
your entire car tinted, shit, you'd probably be looking, if you get the cheap tent that lasts a few years, you'd probably be looking at maybe a couple $100 at best.
no,
It's
I
not
just
that
need-
expensive.
Yeah, I just need the back window because it's kind of annoying looking out the back window when I'm driving.
If
Well,
you
they
get the
used to be able to do
cheapest,
that for 50 to 75 bucks.
if he's just doing one window, it's not expensive. But you'd be looking at, if you get the cheapest tent they have, it's probably going to last about 3 to 5 years before it starts bubbling
Well,
up again.
if you're paying to have it done right, and just
Well, it depends how long you plan on having that car. Don't go and spend.
I mean,
No.
I don't think I'm trying to buy a new car anytime soon. I mean,
Because they have different grades of tent, but it's how much you're willing to spend, you know.
yeah, probably like the same tint as it's on there now. I don't know what grade it is, but I'm just gonna like, and when I find somebody back, man, just put the same color as there's on there now.
Well, it's going to depend on what shade you want, how dark you want it. But they should tell you what the legal tint is.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed in Florida, they don't tend to enforce the tint laws too bad around here. Because
Yeah.
I know people that had their front windows fucking limo tinted, bro. I saw this minivan used to drive around my town all the time, and every window on it was limo tinted, even the front window. You couldn't see shit in this thing.
Oh, really?
And the
That-
cops never did anything about it.
Well, I think I got pulled over one time. I wasn't I wasn't speeding or anything, but they were like, "Oh, I think I was in the complex or like on my way to, and I got pulled over and like, "Oh, your windows are too dark." They need but
Well,
they didn't give me a ticket or
when-
anything because
Well, they're not technically in Florida, they're not allowed to pull you over for window tint. They have to have a secondary reason to pull you over. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like they can't pull you over just for window tint. It has to be a secondary offense for them to pull you over.
Yeah, because when I rolled my window down, they put the little fucking thing on there, and it said like how dark my windows were. I was like, what? That's crazy.
You're crazy.
I mean, that probably would work, Chris. I just don't know how well that would look after, because he had a lot. I've seen the picture he's talking about. He does have a lot of bubbles in there.
Yeah, there are a lot of bubbles on there.
Hurry up.
No, David. When I first bought the car, the window was like that.
I got my windows tinted on our car. I had them tinted, and I got the cheapest tint they had at the time. And it lasted about 6 years before the back window started bubbling up.
I guess what causes that anyway? I guess like too much heat or when the sun.
It's just over time, yeah, just heat and it warps and bubbles up. But like I said, they have like really high grade tint that's like, got like a guarantee of like 10 years and shit, but you're going to pay out the ass for that.
Yeah.
Like they have warranties on them. Some of them, that's how they sell it to you. They'll have ones that have like a 1 or 2 year warranty, and then they have some that have a 5-year warranty, and then they have some that have like a 10-year warranty. But the higher you go, the more expensive you're going to pay.
Yeah.
But it's all depends on too, and how long you plan on having a car. If it's a car you think you're only going to have for another 2-3 years, you don't really need to go super high grade on the tint.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have them do the same color as there is now on there. So
Do that mirror tint.
I mean, oh yeah. So
Limo
people-
tint's really nice, but fuck, dude, you can't see out of it at nighttime.
Yeah.
All right, our reservation is at 4:15. TJ.
A can of black paint.
Just spray paint your back window. Like I can't see shit out of this thing.
That's funny.
Well, you don't do a solid paint job. You just kind of spray it on, kind of just like sprinkle it on the window
Yeah, like
enough to knock some of the light out.
like a spray on tan kind of.
Yeah, just lightly coat it.
Yeah.
I tried doing my tint one time on a car back when I was
Barbie.
probably like 18 or 19. God, dude, I couldn't do it. It pissed me off. I got about, but then I watch these guys do these tints, dude. And the one guy that did my car, he did it in like, I shit you not, dude. It took him maybe 20 minutes to do all 5 windows. He was
Oh,
that
wow.
fucking fast.
Is that a no, TJ?
See, because what he does is he had this machine, the guy I went to, he had a machine and he could put in whatever make and model your car was. And then the machine would, and then he would put the roll of whatever tint you were buying in there. and it would cut out the shape to your vehicle.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then he would peel it off, and then he'd get in there, and he did all 5 of my windows in probably 15, 20 minutes of that. I mean, he was done that quick.
Wow.
And it lasted for about 6 years before and the only part that actually started bubbling up was just the very bottom of the back window, but the rest of it still looked fine. All the other windows.
Nice.
Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it.
All righty.
You
Justin,
could buy
you behave,
spray cans on window tint paint? I didn't know that.
you behave yourself.
Never.
Okay, TJ, good luck, buddy.
All right. I think I'm gonna
All
go fly this guy today.